Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a first 20 turn Legendary Difficulty guide for Imrik of Calidor for Mortal Empires. Now this is arguably one of the most difficult start positions we've ever received for Mortal Empires in Warhammer 2. The biggest problem here is that Clan Eshin has a very high chance of wiping out their initial orc enemy and then declaring war on you roughly around turn 12. If this happens, you're basically going to be dealing with wave after wave of mostly Skaven slaves, but they'll just wear you down and attack you in your undefended settlements because you haven't had time to build up walls. They basically just grind you down. They win by losing too many times, and eventually a lot of people do end up losing the campaign. But by using this guide here, I'll show you a method which you can use 100% reliably to deal with the first 20 turns and get yourself the strongest start you possibly can. Anyway, let's jump in now to turn number 1. So here we are on turn 1. It's pretty easy what we got to do, and it's also pretty obvious. We're going to take Darkhold. That's the first thing we need to do. Not a difficult thing, but if we do a good job of it, it'll set us up well for the rest of this. Now, before we go into the battle, we're going to just briefly discuss the game plan. In the majority of campaigns that I played prior to doing this 20 turn guide, I've gone after these guys here first. But what I've come to notice is that these guys are extremely passive. If you don't attack them, they tend to just sit there and do nothing. Whereas Clan Eshin is extremely aggressive. So what we'll be doing in this particular guide is taking Darkhold and then be immediately going for an elimination for Clan Eshin. We need to stop them from getting to the Shattered Cove and Pigbarter. Once they've arrived there, it's very difficult to root them out just because of their ability to use the underway and the fact that they don't care about supply lines and they'll recruit multiple armies. So if you're just using one army, capturing these 4 settlements can be very difficult because they can just send a very, very small force to capture anything except for the walled settlement there. That's the only one they have trouble taking back. So that's where we're going to be focusing on in this campaign here. Another thing that I'm going to take into consideration is every possible scenario that could happen once we arrive there. I've gone through this about a dozen times now, and I've seen a lot of different variations, and the procedure that I'm going to use here will account for every single one of them. So no matter what happens in your campaign, if you follow this guide, you should be okay. So let's do this, because obviously there will be times that will be easier than others, but I'm going to account for the most difficult scenarios that will occur. So this here is not a difficult battle, but I definitely don't recommend auto-resolving it, because you want to make sure that you take minimal damage. We're going to be moving into Clan Eshin territory immediately, which means no time for replenishment. So if you take 90% casualties on one of your units, they're not going to recover in time. So just keep that in mind. Fight this battle however you want, but I'll show you guys how to do it pretty efficiently. The main thing here is using the Fire Wizard well. You can fire fireballs in from the start at the front of them, but I don't recommend doing that because it doesn't do as much damage as if you fire it from the side. You could also have Imrik come over here and waste the ammo of the Quarrelers. Again, don't really recommend doing that. It would be better just to kill them, which will use the fireballs, the Dragon Prince, and the Dragon to do that. Once we've dealt with that, the rest of it will fall to pieces quite easily. Alright, so here, just trying to decide what to go for. I'm going to go for the Quarrelers first, because that's what I really want to get with first. Ideally, we should try to aim for 15 kills per fireball. The most I've seen is 30. But anything more than, say, 5 is acceptable. As long as she gets, say, about 100 or so kills at the end of the battle, that's the ideal situation. Alright, I'm going to send Imrik over here. Right, I'm going to send the wizard to go into the melee with the miners, because that'll allow them to clump around her, and the Dragon Breath here will be more powerful because of it. But while it's going on, I'll just send a fireball there. So yeah, we want the Dragon Princess to be focusing on getting rid of the Quarrelers, which is why we were using the fireballs on them in the first place there. Just watch out for obstructions. That's it. They're going after Imrik. Get through here, go after that Quarreler. Wouldn't bother trying to snipe the enemy Thane there. It's just too tanky of a unit. Gets disrupted too easily. Just pull out of it. All we gotta do is get rid of the rest of his units and then he'll just break. So we got the 100 kills that we needed. Wasn't the best fireballs ever, but that's okay. Didn't need to be here. Okay, get the Dragon Princess to run him down. Just shoot him in the back. But don't engage him in melee. There we go. Cool. Essentially just one casualty, and everyone's going to recover really quickly. Alright, highly recommend occupying it, because you don't want to do too much damage to this. You don't want to cause a revolt too soon, and you want to keep it at rank 2. So we want to upgrade the Fortress of Vorag first, because we need to get this walled up. I am expecting a revolt to occur, because we're not going to be in this province for very long. Now, in terms of what to recruit here, we're actually going to get rangers. Every single time I've done this so far, this barracks has been left here. If it doesn't get left there, it's okay to get archers, but I would actually recommend getting rangers. Now, that doesn't mean I expect to hold on to these rangers, and that's a better unit than the archers, but for what we're trying to do, I think the rangers are going to be more useful just to begin with. I'm kind of going for a one-hit, one-kill against Clan Eshin, and these guys here will do more damage in that particular situation, just to begin with. Right, we don't need to build anything else. As for leveling up, highly recommend getting Route Marcher. We need that campaign movement range. Even though this will make our army a little bit better, it's fine. Just get the Route Marcher. We need that movement. We got to move fast. It's more important than doing more damage. Because if we get there one turn later, we'll have more enemies to deal with. So by clicking Pigbarter here, we can get an idea of what Clan Eshin is doing. Keeping an eye on the Haunted Forest, because this is the first settlement that Clan Eshin is going to take. We know when they're going to take it. It's important. Now, there's also a possibility that instead of occupying the settlement, they'll actually blow it up. We need to check for that when we get there, and I'll show you how to do that. So, start moving and just recruit more rangers. As for construction, don't bother. It's all good. That's all we need to do. Research, go with that. That'll give us more long-term bonuses, because I don't intend to keep these rangers in the army long-term. It's just to take the Flayed Rock. Alright, so the Haunted Forest is no longer under their control. It's either been occupied or blown up. So we need to have met Clan Eshin in order to determine whether or not it's been blown up. So we're not quite at that stage yet. That's okay. And then we'll recruit some more rangers. So what we're really doing here is coming to the aid of these greenskins. It's very rare for a high elf to do that. But the enemy of my enemy is kind of my friend in this situation. Like, we don't want to ally with them, but we use them as bait to draw Clan Eshin into a trap. If you wait until Clan Eshin has dealt with this, then you have to deal with Clan Eshin alone, because Malice isn't going to come and help you. If anything, he'll come and help Snitch. So just be aware of that. Now, we need to meet Clan Eshin. So if I could speak with the Red Cloud. We haven't discovered them yet. Don't want to join war against them just yet, but I need to know what the situation is over here. So just start moving a little bit over this way. I want to use up just under 25% of my movement, and we still haven't met them. See, I need to know if they've demolished this. Most of the time, they do actually demolish the settlement. So, okay, in this situation here, if you got to this point and they haven't destroyed or occupied Haunted Forest, what I would recommend doing is actually force march to here. I'm not going to do that because that's not what happened. If this settlement here is a ruin from one way or another, what I would recommend is we'll use up a little bit more of our movement. No, we've pretty much used all we can. And go into ambush stance here. Now, the purpose of this is that we might catch a Clan Eshin army coming through here, and we can stop that from getting to Pigbarter. It doesn't matter about eliminating Clan Eshin immediately, but what we want to do here is make sure that they don't take Pigbarter or the Shattered Cove. That's essential. But we also don't want him knowing we're coming. As for everything else here, that's all fine. Don't worry about the money. We can get rid of this now. Let's move on. So, no Clan Eshin forces came through this way. And now we just sneak in here a little bit more.
Follow the dragon.
Now we should... There we go. We've met Clan Eshin. And now we need to find out how many settlements they own. They own 2. Okay, cool. Now, based on what I can see here, I would say that Clan Eshin occupied this settlement here. Now, if you come rushing in here, if they blow this up, they tend to just park their forces here because they kind of see what you're doing. Now, with Snitch in the position that he's in, he should be in a fairly weakened state. Now, what we're going to do here is go back into ambush stance, and that'll give us our options to do next turn. I would say that that Snitch is sitting there right now. Okay? That's all we need to do. Move on. And now we have to make a judgment call. The easiest thing to do would be to take the Haunted Forest. Okay, that would allow us to get this person here to rank 3, which would give us Burning Head, which is really useful against Skaven. So if you really want to be ballsy, go straight for the Flayed Rock, attack this person here. Now I think that Snitch is there right now, so that's what I'm going for. Because I think that's the way for the most reliable way to win that, and that's what these guys should be about, not the most difficult way to go about it. So what we're going to do is speak to the Red Cloud, offer to join war against Clan Eshin, and take some money off them. Say about 450 should do it. And then we're going to go after the Haunted Forest.
A simple crusade.
And we've just caught Snitch. Now the main thing here is to try to avoid fighting Snitch. You can beat him in melee with Imrik, but it's really a toss of the coin. Especially on Legendary Difficulty, just because he hits pretty hard. Also, the sooner you come here, the less Skaven corruption there is, the fewer Menace Belows that they do. Again, we could have gotten here last turn, but more important to be here safely. Last thing you want to do is have them declare war on us, which doesn't normally happen, but we've got to account for these situations. Just any old hit that we can do on them, just to get them to come over here, would be ideal, especially for 30 Winds of Magic. Okay, bunch of Night Runners over here. Now, those 3 Night Runners there might actually be able to beat our Dragon Princes. So, probably best we just wait for them to come over here first. Right, I'm going to put the Fire Mage into melee here, just so it makes it easier for the Dragon to get some damage doing. As for Snitch, I'm not going to send Imrik up against him, because I've actually seen Imrik lose in melee against Snitch before, which is very frustrating. Alright, let's start charging in. Pull the wizard out. Yep, before she gets killed. Just gotta ignore them over there for now. Alright, she's okay. She's okay. So it's actually weird for me to be doing a high elf campaign where I've actually recruited a mostly melee army. It's because I knew that this is what we're going to essentially go up against, and the rangers are doing a pretty good job, which is what I was counting for. Now that most of their units have been committed, we can send the Dragon Prince in to do some rear charges. Oh, that was very nice. Alright, let's break this load over here. Alright, now, since Snitch is a little bit damaged, let's send Imrik to go and finish him off. The thing is, this is the big thing to note, is that the archers took no damage, whereas these guys here are going to take quite some time to recover. That's why I normally recruit archers, because most of the time I'm exiting these battles with no damage, and that way my archers can keep fighting. Most of these guys are going to have to be merged, and we need to make that attack on Flayed Rock as soon as possible now, because they're still going to keep building up even without Snitch for a couple of turns. We need to hurry. So I'd probably recommend loot and occupying it, because we want that extra replenishment, and this province is going to revolt anyway, so just sooner it happens the better. Now if we have a look at them, they're now weaker than us. We've caught them with their pants down, and they've suffered the consequences for it. Now there's probably an army sitting in Flayed Rock, recruiting at the moment, so just got to be aware of that. We'll recruit some more archers now. And there's the Burning Head. That's what we really wanted to get before we get to the Flayed Rock. So yeah, you can go for the Flayed Rock in that particular scenario there first, but I would recommend Haunted Forest first. Get rid of Snitch, get him off the campaign map for a few turns. Possibly even permanently. After we've done that, then I'd recommend going for Dragon Horde. Don't worry about Wary and Lightning Strike right now, because Clan Eshin's going to be eliminated before we get to it. Normally I would go for Lightning Strike first, but not in this situation.
Greatest of the dragons.
Okay, we can't quite make it to Flayed Rock, but that's okay. what we'll do is move close to it. Go into ambush stance. Now what you can do is actually take her out of the army and put her back in. Don't need to do that, though. And here's another thing that we'll do. Money's not great. What you could do is recruit another lord. If I do that, though, I will bankrupt myself. I'll be taking attrition next turn. So if we were going to do that, this is something that you can do. If we're going to do that, we need to make sure we've got money to pay for it. The revolt here is going to occur in 4 turns. Less if we have... That'll be ready by then. If I cancel this... Yeah, I'm going to do that, because I'm going to give you guys what I think is going to be the easiest way to go about it. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it. I didn't repair any of this stuff here, because it's really not important. We could have demolished this. In fact, I'll do that, because I don't necessarily expect to hold on to it. It's not making that much money anyway. And we're going to recruit a life wizard. Alright, well, you got a choice between ridiculed and ridiculed. I guess we're getting ridiculed. Ooh, we have to free up more money. Alright, I know exactly what we need to do. Alright, we'll get through this next turn, okay? We'll get through it. So we're going to need to put her on Force March to come in, but it's basically just there to heal the dragon and Imrik, because they're so valuable. Alright, so here, we attack this guy here. Just be careful with where you position her, because if you put her too close to the bridge here, she'll actually block your movement. So put her there, and then have Imrik come in. He'll still have 50% of his movement. And yeah, I was hoping they'd stand and fight. This way we can actually draw them out, and not have to have that much of a siege. So this is the ideal situation here, and she's really going to come in handy. Again, you don't need to have her, but if you want to, you can. You don't need to build the walls right away, I suppose, as well, because you could have used the money for that. Because once we loot and occupy the settlement, then we can build the walls, and it should be able to get done in time. So that's things that you can do. Okay? Make a judgment call as to what you want to do. Alright, and now we've also got this, which is going to give these guys here a huge boost when the fighting does actually begin. It would be ideal if we could burn that load there. Alright, what I want to do here, I'm going to send Imrik in here, just to tie down a bunch of them, because I reckon they'll just all encircle him. And then that's where we put down the burning head. Because it doesn't look like that's going to hold for much longer. And it's going to hit my white lines there, but they'll be okay. Or they won't, doesn't matter. I'm actually really glad I brought this white life wizard around. Yeah, focus the archers on the enemy missile units. This one here is probably going to be a close victory, or even a Pyrrhic victory, because we've taken a lot more casualties than I would have liked, but it's okay. There's a lot more lords here than the previous battle. They do so much damage to the dragon princes. Gotta get them out of there. It's not good for them. Like I said, it's probably not a good idea to send dragon princes up against loads of gutter runners and night runners and all that kind of stuff. Shouldn't have done that. Alright, I think we could possibly get the army loss penalty inflicted on them if we could heal our 4 single entity dudes. You come back over here as well. Because I really didn't want these guys taking damage or leaving the battlefield, because once the battle's over, they can run down some troops. Oh, I really need 10 winds of magic right now. Burning that would be really useful, but Imrik's sort of being a coward. Maybe if I could send the dragon's got 1 more breath attack left. If I pop it over there, that might just do it. This might just give us the army losses on them. Or not. Still a little bit more to go. Try to keep as much of our troops together as possible. Maybe this will do it. Maybe. There it is. There it is. Now we just need to run down as many of them as possible. We took a beating, but so did they. I definitely could have done a better job on this battle. Alright, I'm going to take that replenishment rate to sort of boost our strength. Who got away? So one of their assassins killed those 2. Alright, cool. Because those are the big problems, I think. Like that guy, 76 kills because of his warp lightning. 120 on that one. They must bow to Imrik. Alright, cool. We've actually still got enough movement that we can go for him again to draw them out a second time. But she's not going to assist unless she's over here. There we go. Now we get another level up for Imrik. Now we start working towards Lightning Strike. We could improve his other things over there, but I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I'd probably go with this. Honestly, it's going to kill them anyway. And let's do that.
The dragon's rage.
If we had done better, the odds would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. At least they've only got one dude left, and because our wizard's coming back in, we could use this opportunity to heal our single entity dudes. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be a problem. But the point of doing this is to keep drawing out the garrison and keep smashing it before we actually go for the siege. And also, lots of experience for Imrik. And this is where the garrison's going to come out, so I'm just going to go straight for them in this one. Because this one here is dead no matter what. That's it. Don't give these Night Runners a chance to shoot us up again, because they're the ones that did so much damage to us in the previous battle.
My power is yours.
We don't have time to wait around. Even if we hit our own units, we'll do more damage to them. Wow, that really curved, but at least it didn't curve in a bad direction. Alright, the army losses should be coming in any moment now, because they've already taken too much damage.
Scython, hear me.
Showed him. There it is. And yeah, we don't have to run them down, because they've already lost a second time. The garrison will still be there, those that ran away, but we did do some decent damage. Their gutter runners weren't able to inflict really any damage at all, and because we won, we'll be able to take on a few captives as well. And while the battle is still raging on, the Life Wizard will come over here and heal our single entity dudes. Good, no, it's got wiped out, and we recover some of that damage. You could go for this, because we've pretty much eliminated them now, and that'll help us with influence. But this will just make the next battle just that little bit easier. And now we should have just enough movement to take the Flayed Rock. And that'll be the end of Clan Eshin. We can auto-resolve that if we want. Which I'm not going to. All we're going to do is get up on the walls. And that should be the end of Clan Eshin. There we go. Now if you follow that, you should safely be able to take out Clan Eshin by turn 8. If you want to rush at it and be ballsy and you get lucky, you should be able to take him out on turn 6. That's like the hard part, but that doesn't mean it's over. You now need to deal with these guys here, but they're nowhere near as much of a problem. For one thing, they're probably quite grateful for you basically saving their ass, but you didn't do it out of the kindness of your heart. Anyway, we're going to have a revolt, as I predicted, and you've now served your purpose. So, thanks for the help. Smell you later. Now, we are done with the Rangers. Actually, they're pretty good against goblins, so I don't know, maybe we should keep them. Yeah, you know what, we'll keep them. But I'm definitely done with these spearmen. And we'll recruit 3 archers, and we'll have a revolt that's going to occur here. Probably best we try to prevent other revolts from occurring, so we'll go with public order over here, rather than growth. Good, that'll make it cheaper, and we can cast them more often, and we can get Kindle Flame as well. And over here, yeah, start working our way towards Lightning Strike. We just... okay. Okay. It's fine. No loyalty amongst these pricks, but whatever. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway. Alright. So, if they head over to Darkhold, don't worry about it. Might just cancel that now. That's okay. The worst of it is definitely over, because we got the walls here now. So it's safe. They're only going to have, at best, goblins. Oh, Shadow Cove could potentially recruit Biggins. Alright. Now, we still have a fair bit of recovering that we need to do. It would be best if we could sort of, like, attack them from this angle here and push them in this direction, but we kind of can't do that without using up all of our movement. And we're making some money. But we've got a full stack, so that's something. We might need to start merging some of these guys here. Although they are cheaper than archers. Anyway, what we're going to do here is fight this. Fight it manually, because we want to use this opportunity to get Imrik leveled up. So what we want to do at this point here is create enough of a buffer that the next revolt isn't going to happen until we've actually taken out these guys. So they're about even to us at the moment. Good. Alright, I don't expect them to besiege the settlement, but there is a possibility that they'll do that.
It was never in doubt.
So what we'll do is just stay here in ambush stance. Like I said, they probably won't. We just never know. I kind of want to recruit another lord here, just so I can push this guy up in this direction next turn. Well, we're not exactly rolling around in cash. Actually, you know what? Go into encamp stance. Need the replenishment rate. Okay, we're getting towards lightning strike. We're getting there. Yeah, so what we're going to probably need here is the watchtower. So yeah, I'm going to go with this. I probably should have done that earlier. Also, how far off are we from getting Calidor? We've only done 2. Okay, that's fine.
The dragon shall wake.
We sort of don't want to do that just yet. If we have a look, we kind of want to take Calidor before they get wiped out. They're not at war with anyone at the moment, which is good. Okay.
Strategy beyond compare.
And yeah, just attack him from that angle there. That way the garrison, yeah, it comes out to help. Again, we don't want to wipe this army out. We want to create that buffer of public order. And also, these guys are an experience farm. Yeah, we need that replenishment rate, so pop them in there.
Follow me to glory.
Could finish them off, but they're still providing public order. Looking at things, how much... Yeah, the Skaven corruption is eventually going to go away completely, but while this is providing a big boost, just leave it be. And once again, come in fairly close, and then just exempt from... just go into a camp stance. Alright, over here, we're moving towards getting Flamestorm, which will really help against the Greenskins. And Imrik is just 2 levels away from getting Lightning Strike. Alright, so a dragon's been sighted there. Cool. We'll sort that out later. Yeah, this will be easy. It's just going to be basic units, not a problem. Once again, these guys here just didn't do anything. Alright, now the public order is going to go down quite significantly over time. So we could be looking at another revolt in as short as 4 turns. Now you can see that there's -6 from raiding. If we eliminate this, that'll give us 8 public order bonus. If I exempt it from taxation, yeah, problem is we run out of money. Just seeing if we could possibly maintain public order. If we went with this, it would go down -4 a turn, which isn't too bad. I'm just thinking, is now the best time to sort of wipe it out? Because we don't really want to chase it down here. Although, is that impassable? I don't think so. Because we could probably just auto-resolve, get rid of this now. It's super weak. So that means that the Red Cloud are probably raiding one of our regions. So that's enough out of... Oh, yeah, that's enough out of this. I was just thinking that it would be good to get another 2 levels up for Imrik to get Lightning Strike, but he might have already gotten it. Let's see. If I had done that a turn sooner... Yeah, if I had done it a turn sooner, we could have gotten Lightning Strike. That's okay. It's okay. Once again, let's go into ambush stance. Hang on, let me move a little bit closer because we've still got 50% movement. Moving through these forests is an absolute pain. Go into ambush stance. Wait for these guys to come in over here. Alright, get that Flamestorm coming in. And actually, why don't we send you... There's not going to be any fights next turn. Send you to go and check what's going on. I need to find where the raiding is actually happening. That's okay. The walls here have been built. We should be able to handle this. Alright, I want you to start harassing the goblin archers there, because that's probably the biggest threat to us. And then you can take it out really easily. Or maybe not. That's okay. The fact they're sending this many units to go chase down Illyrian Reaver archers is great. Our local forces here should be able to smash this, and then we'll just deal with that later. They made a huge mistake dedicating this many units to chase that one. Now, is this guy a wizard? Yeah, okay. Let's send them to go take it out. Okay, you really should fight those goblin archers. Don't worry about the actual goblins. The cavalry are best to deal with that. So it certainly would be good if we could kill as many of them as possible. But now that we've seen that these guys come over here, it's our time to push against their other settlements. And capture them as quickly as possible before they come back and take the Haunted Forest. Good, finally killed the general. These guys here will probably just remain behind in raid stance for a few turns and actually try to recruit in global. Alright, stop firing. Probably end up being a close victory just because we use up a lot of ammo. But we absolutely wrecked them. So in this case here, I'm going to take the money and the influence. So they're just not threatened by them. I don't think they're going to send another army over here. They just put themselves too much at threat by doing that. I thought they'd go into raid stance. Totally fine with that.
My path is
Okay. Just need to know what we're up against. If I force march to there, they could attack me.
Seeking glory.
I'm going to do that.
Onward for Canada.
Alright. So we're not going to... Oh, hang on, if we do this... We don't have to do it right now, but let me just see what else there is. We can get a bunch of influence if we do that, which is certainly useful. We'll get another opportunity to get the dragon. This will give us... What will that give us? Speed. No, that's not needed. I'm going to go with this for that influence. Because we just don't need that dragon. I'm not going to fight it right now. So I'm going to stand here, which is probably in range of them and these guys over here. There is a very real possibility that they'll attack us. And I think that even if they attack us while we're in force march here, I'm going to stomp them. Fine by me.
Son of the fiends. Bring them death.
Alright, one of their armies backed off somewhere. But there's still a... That was the one that we fought over here.
The last.
Alright, we could auto-resolve that, but let me just see. How strong are they compared to us? Because we might be better off still fighting it manually. Because it's only a matter of time as well before Hag Grief declares war on us.
I'll win. I always do.
And there's the Lightning Strike.
The star
But I don't know if I want to use Lightning Strike here. Use Lightning Strike if you want to necessarily win, but we want to damage them as much as possible. If we Lightning Strike them, yeah... No, I think we'll fight it manually. And not Lightning Strike them. That way we'll get a chance to do as much damage to them as possible. Don't think we're going to need checkerboard formation. I don't think they're going to get to our archer line here.
setting forth. Moving out. Efua, bend to my will.
So, could have been better to go after the biggins, but to be honest, the goblins are actually kind of more of a threat to us due to their shields, whereas the biggins will be able to shoot quite easily. Alright. I still feel like they're going to move forward. Just because they're standing still for this very second doesn't mean that they're going to stay that way.
Glory is mine.
Last thing we want to do is cast a spell, and it completely miss. Sometimes better just to be patient, especially since we don't have max magic. We can wait.
Seeking the foe.
Alright, well, he's just dicking around there.
Going.
No, alright, I'm just going to cast a spell here. It's unlikely it'll backfire on us. So far, so good. Imrik's taking a fair bit of damage, though, but he'll be okay. I guess the big thing about our ranges is they're very much glass cannons, but they're good against goblins. That's what I've come to discover. Good in the early game in this particular situation. Even on Legendary Difficulty, where melee is crap.
Ready.
Well, at least they're cheap. And if you can't be good, be cheap. Nothing worse than being expensive and shit. Dragon Princes. Shoot those Goblin Archers there, please. I'm pretty much out of magic. I don't think we're going to get anything else. So, just one last fireball for you, and then you can be done for this battle. Now, this time when we capture this city, we don't want to loot it. We don't want another revolt to occur. Alright, now I have no idea which one's which, but I know that this lord here, he is in the other army. So let's get rid of him. Alright, so 3 of the units got away. Not that big of a deal. It would have been very difficult to get rid of all of them. Could sack and occupy it, but I think I'll just occupy it.
I am their doom.
They got completely wiped out. That's weird. Maybe they had nowhere to retreat to. But yeah, that is definitely weird. Now, I don't know where the other army is, but apparently our army is now stronger than us. As soon as we take the Shattered Cove, you can pretty much expect that Hag Grief will declare war on us. Not that big of a deal, though. He can suck ass right now. Let's get that extra power reserve, because our recharge rate is kind of slow. Alright, so we got Lightning Strike. Now, in my live stream campaign, I put in Quartermaster because I was struggling against Eshin. I no longer have to deal with Eshin, so we can now focus on Bowmaster and then eventually Skymaster. Because you want to get 6 points to get to here. You master 2 of the lines, so we're not going to get Militia Master. It might be best not to develop Pigbarter at all, because we probably will lose it. Alright, here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to merge these guys. Like I said, we were never going to keep these guys long term.
Strategy beyond.
And get some archers. Yeah, so they went over there. That's fine. We haven't fully recovered, but their army is exactly the same. But at least now that we know where they are, we know where they're not. Shattered Cove. Saved up a decent amount of money, but I'm just thinking... No, they're not going to come back again. It's fine. We should be fine with doing that. And again, the Helheim dwarfs, they've had so much time to come over here. They just tend not to. How are we going with this? With,
noted by even the most distant of kings.
Still got to do 3 more settlements. Now, the thing is, if you sack a settlement on 1 turn and then occupy it, actually counts as 2.
Greatest of the dragon princes.
So there's no one there.
Onward for Calador.
Shattered Cove is at tier 3, so yeah, I'm not going to sack and occupy it. I'm just going to occupy it. But yeah, just make absolutely certain, because it uses up so much movement getting here. No one's going to be able to attack us. Their army's standing about here. They can't get back to Pigbarter. They can't get back to Darkhold. We capture this. If they're going to go after Pigbarter, how long do we have?
Must restore order.
I might actually be able to stop them from retaking it.
Greenskins, mere animals.
No, I tell you what we'll do. We need the public order. Because I don't want to come back here and deal with another revolt. Even if it means exempting this region from taxation, it's fine. So they're definitely going to attack Pigbarter, but look how small their army is.
I'll expunge this greed infection.
3 units. No, it's 2 if you include the general. Don't include the general, I mean. Alright, so at Pigbarter, the garrison is probably... It's a toss-up whether or not we'd win that. And it would suck to have to go back there. Ideally, what we want to do after we've beaten them is actually go and punch down on Malice Darkblade, just because he's going to attack us. So it's better to strike first and be the first struck. I think we can get away with an auto resolve here.
I'll win.
So yeah, just going to occupy that.
Strategy beyond.
Good, secure the entire province. Could have sacked and occupied it, but it looks like Calador is still okay. We only need to capture 2 more settlements. These guys over here.
You may speak before my shield bearers.
We'll do that.
Sure enough.
Okay, like I said, wasn't worried about them at all. So yeah, they're definitely going to hate us. It says that they're stronger than us at the moment, but we got Lightning Strike, honestly, and I've never had too much of a problem with Hag Grief. It's not a strong faction. Ooh, they could have gone after Libaris. Now, at this point here, you know, you're down to luck. I mean, they might have already attacked you by now. So really it's just a let's play at this point, giving you some ideas on what to do if this exact same situation happens. But it's really all about taking out Clan Eshin, and then some strategies on how to deal with them straight after. And of course, just don't even deal with Clan Helheim. Just ignore them. You know, if we get this Life Wizard back, Awakening of the Wood is actually very good against goblins. I'm just worried about the General, that's all. Whereas the Law of Fire... Law of Death, you could use the Spirit Leech, but I hate Spirit Leech. Yeah, look, I'm going to get her, because that way I don't have to pay anything. And I'll just get 1 unit of the Scions of Mathland. I know these are better, but I only need just the bare minimum to get through these guys. And then the hope here is that the public order will maintain after we've left. So at the Shattered Cove, we actually kind of need to get rid of that and build the public order building. And now we can do another edict, another rite. This would be really good, but I need this to not cause another revolt here. And of course, we're not using the backspace exploit. I haven't used it at all. If we do the backspace exploit, this becomes extremely easy. It's going to get patched out soon. And if you're wondering what's the backspace exploit, don't worry about it. I'm not going to explain it. Yeah, I forgot that they might do that. But that's okay. I think we can still manage.
They will suffer the might of Saffron.
Maybe I should have recruited the other unit of Regiment of Renowns just in case. But that's okay. So I think what we'll do here is use Awakening of the Woods to really try to get rid of those goblins. So that we just don't have to deal with them at all. And then as for those... Hang on, is this a wizard or what is it? No, it's just it's a warlord. Okay, that's the least dangerous of what we have to deal with. And they have no ranged attack, so we can deal with that. Do they have shields? Yeah, they've all got really good shields, so maybe just stay there for the time being. I only gamble if it's like under 10 winds of magic, because I just tend to get really unlucky. And we definitely want to be shooting into the back of them. So, does a bit of damage. It's not the best spell, not by a long shot. But that's okay. If she can essentially take out these Gobbo units by herself, more or less by herself, maybe you just hold it for now, we should be able to handle these two. Good, that was a decent cast. Okay, let's move back. Give her more time to get rid of those gobbos. And he'll just run them down. Sure. Yep, that's it. That's what I wanted to see. Right. Get the cavalry over here to run down these gobbos. And yeah, it does look like we got this. No point wasting any ammo right now, we're just going to shoot our own troops too much. If we put more of our troops over here, we might just terrify them. Especially if we just do a little bit of cycle charging. We just got to get them to rout. Because they could still win this right now. It's not healing any of them, because every time they attack, they kill. Come on, just a little bit more. Just break one of them. There we go. There we go. Alright, don't kill the general, but definitely kill that dude. I'll take the money this time.
My mastery ever grows.
And they're going to take some attrition on top of that. Alright, good.
High Elven Archmage.
Good.
Another time, villain.
Gone.
Perhaps their master seeking a trial.
And that's Eshin, Red Cloud dealt with, and to an extent these guys here neutralized. You can go and deal with them in like 9 turns, no problem. Alright, until, what's this? Could we give that to... No. What about you?
The most gifted.
Alright, cool. So, public order over here is maintaining, but we still have military crackdown, military presence, and characters providing public order. So, there is still a decent chance that it will still revolt. So I think what we're going to need to do here is build this, upgrade that, and also exempt it from taxation. If we have a look when we leave here,
Greatest of the
it's at +1, but that's while we've also got the Invocation of Asurian. So we'll be losing a little bit of money, but we just don't want to come back here right now. If we just wait a little while, let me just see here. So we've still got 2 instability, so that's going to go away. Military crackdowns 3, so there's essentially -1 public order once those 2 go away. Corruption's going to go away completely, so then we're up +2, but then there's still the events. That'll provide 1 public order, that'll provide 2. Well, we might just get through it, but I'm just going to leave it exempted for 1 extra turn. And it would be probably best upgrade Flayed Rock, because we've got money in reserve. Alright, now, next thing we should do is, they've got some military presence. Look, we don't know what's going on over here.
The Asher will never.
We just don't know what's going on.
You may look upon me.
So the question here is whether or not to attack Dreadrock or Shattered Stone Isle. That would be the better one to capture first.
The oceans know my magnificence.
There's nothing here at the moment. I'm going to force march.
Chase the wind.
If I had to guess, I would say that their army is over here. Because if we get caught out on force march here, we should be fine. And because they're at war... Hang on, did they... Let's see how many settlements they have. Yeah. They might declare war, they might not. Anyone that's sitting here or here would not be able to catch us from this position. Let me just stand a little bit further back. Right, they'll launch the attack soon. Yep, upgrade that. Got money. Most of our income's just coming down from winning battles. And we don't have any Lothran Sea Guards, so that's kind of pointless. Let's grab that. And moving on. Alright, Hagrief didn't attack us. That was the only opportunity that they had to attack us while we were being a bit reckless. But I kind of predicted that they wouldn't because just other positions. Alright, this is going on. There is no way in hell they can win this. Now, at this point here, we should start being a little bit concerned about Clan Rictus Nest. There's a real possibility that they'll send an attack against us. If we can get out of the war, that would be good. But they hate us, and using influence to try to get out of it isn't going to work. So, the place they're most likely to attack first would be Pigbarter, where we've got a fair bit of treasury sitting here. Plus, we're not taxing this. If we did start taxing it, put an army in here. Plus, we're very close to confederating Kalidor. All we have to do is capture 2 out of 3 of these settlements.
Imrik, as you were.
Alright, and it's time to capture this. So, again, looking at the situation, his faction's technically stronger than us. They got 3 settlements, but he's at war with Libaras. Which is kind of annoying. It would have been better for me to just take him all out in one go, because it's really not that difficult at all with the army that we've got.
The last Phoenix.
Alright, we got Kalidor incumbent here, which is good. I'll take that. What nobles do we have access to? Ooh, Frugal. Okay, that's pretty lucky, but the best one's Emollient. But attaching that into Imrik's army can save us a fair bit of money. Essentially negating supply lines, allowing us to recruit another army, I suppose. That's actually really lucky. Yeah, just declare war on them.
Kill me if you.
That'll also give us a little bit of favor with the other High Elves, because they don't like these guys. Well, that's ridiculously not correct, but I think it's all of these abilities here that gives them sort of like the upper hand in terms of the balance of power, but they're just not going to come into play. And if we manage to capture this full province here, it should be able to fund a small force for us at Pigbarter. And the more I think about it, the more I think I kind of need to build the walls there. It would have been great if we didn't go to war with Clan Rictus Nest, but Eshin dragged them into us. Can't do anything about that. Okay. Use Imrik and the Fire Mage as tanks for the towers. And just keep these guys out of it. Because we'll just use the archers here. It'll be super easy. These are like one of the easiest settlement types to attack.
Mage.
Bring the Fire Dragon around to use some breath attacks. So yeah, that didn't do much. But the problem here is I just can't get a good cast. Can't put a burning head up on the walls. Shouldn't take too long to get the army losses. Alright, move a little bit more over here, because we've got to shoot them this way. Need another breath attack here, but let's angle it a little bit better. And there we go. Easy. Very minimal damage as well. Easily recoverable.
They'll thrive.
So yeah, don't want to loot it because we don't want to revolt here. We just want to capture the province and then move on really quickly. Now, there's a frugal noble here. So that'll attach to our army. And that'll replace one of the rangers. No longer need them. Alright, Imrik's at rank 13. Giving him Vol's armament would be good. Now, he's one level away from Menaithnir, but because our money's just a little bit on the low side, it might be good to just hold off on it until we actually need it, which we don't right now. So, if we have a look, we can start checking to see if there's Skaven characters. I have a very sneaking suspicion that they're going to come over here. From previous tests, it's about... the next few turns is usually when they arrive. Probably should have set something up last turn, but money was quite tight. It doesn't matter if they do capture it. The whole point is to do enough damage to them that they're licking their wounds at the very least. So, if we... Alright, I'm going to recruit a lord here. Let me see, what would be the best one for it? So yeah, we're going to go with this one here.
Master of high magic.
And I'm actually going to demolish this and start building walls there. We'll start upgrading flayed rock, and you just recruit some archers. Okay. Don't think I want to bother using global, because money's it's not too bad. Especially when we put this back in here, we should be able to maintain public order. Yeah, maintain our finances. A little bit, maybe. But as long as we keep fighting, we'll get loot that way. Upgrading this could be good to get a bit of extra cash. It's only a little bit, but also maintain public order a bit. We're okay. It's not great. But we've gone with a very aggressive start, and we just can't be everywhere at once. I don't want to send Imrik back here to have to go deal with that just yet. And that's just that's a maybe, you know, a maybe situation. Alright, let's have a look what happens over this next turn. What happened here? Oh, hell no. Okay, so what you could do in that situation, this can work, is if you put the timer to 20 minutes and fight that battle, and just delay them for 20 minutes, which you can do, they will instant die. So, okay, I really should have recruited something here a turn or two ago. Yeah.
I see the winds.
Okay, we're gonna need some Regiment of Renown up in here. We got rid of most of the Skaven corruption, so they might not get any Menace Belows. But that's not gonna... Okay, we got 12 units up against 20. But what we can do is recruit another Lord. There goes our money. Alright. That'll save us a bit of cash.
The dragon shall wake.
Alright, if we sail down here... Ooh, look who I found. Nice.
Bring them death.
Easy win.
Fools have
Easy
no
win.
chance.
May see worth it.
Imrik.
It's not going to apply this turn. Okay, and over here, very close to Arcane Conduit. And we could get Menaithnir, but... finance, it's very expensive. So what I'm going to do is just leave Imrik with that, just in case he ever needs it. I don't think Malice is here. I think he's off fighting over this way. So we need to get over here as quickly as possible. The settlement's just not worth that much. I'm going to cancel this because I kind of suspect I will lose that. I will fight it. I'll do the best I can. But I have a big suspicion I'm going to lose that. And Imrik would just have to go back over there. Like, it wouldn't be a problem for him to smash it. It's just a little bit of progress loss. A tiny setback. So hopefully in your campaign you don't have to deal with that kind of problem. And on a lot of these situations in this particular campaign, it really was worst case scenario. What Snitch did was like the worst thing that we could have hoped for him to do by attacking here. The Red Cloud attacking us before we got a chance to attack them. But they didn't manage to win. And these guys being dragged into us. But actually, no. This situation here was pretty good because Malice was off fighting somewhere else. He could have declared war, so it wasn't necessarily the worst case scenario. Alright, let's move on. And who knows, maybe I'll win. A clan rat with this much experience is the equivalent of like a white lion of Krace. But we'll do what we can here. Honestly, the odds aren't too bad. We're definitely going to need to send these guys around the flanks. Just harass as many of the... just draw them away. We've got 6 units of archers. And you. If I had another wizard, we could have had 2 arcane conduits. So we're going to move as far back as possible, right into the corner here. Corner camp it.
Master of sorcery. Absolutely.
For duty.
So if we could bring
Advance.
8 of their units out this way, that'd be really good. So we got 4 of them by the look of it. Let's get some more of them to come over here and just be away from the main force. And these guys here will come and hit the rear of their forces, and hopefully at just the right time. So yeah, just that's it. We got 5 of them, 6 of them. That's what we want. Get their attention. Draw them back. Good. I like how this is going so far. Because our local strength there should be about equal to theirs. And given our formation, we might just come out on top. Right, I really need a good one with that. And then we'll pop down Arcane Conduit. Good, we got 7 units trailing us here. Good stuff. So that means there's only 13 units here. We're still outnumbered, but only by a little bit. That's it. Now you come over here and try to run down any close to broken units. Watch out for... I think with Chief Doomclaw, we have to just try to ignore him. We don't have any anti-general stuff. So we'll have to just focus on what we can do. Oh, watch out for him. Let's try to bog him down wherever we can. He's going to smack us around a little bit. Ugh. I can't do anything about him. It's definitely not a good idea to shoot him. Yeah, look, you go into melee with him. You just got to protect the general. Just buy us some time. Could use heal spells, but I'd much rather dish out damage. Good, that's it. Just get those fuckers off the battlefield. This guy here is not faring well. Good, that broke. Get over here. Come over here. No, yeah, charge that one in the rear. Yeah, if this one's broken, get him off the battlefield. This is going really well. Doesn't mean we've won, not yet. But it's going really well so far. That's it, just get him off the battlefield. That's it. Unfortunately with that one it's broken, but they held out for a reasonable amount of time there. Okay. Go around again. Okay, we got clan rats coming in here. Shoot them. They don't have shields, yeah, so shoot them. Yeah, get back. Yeah, so I hope in your campaign you don't have to go through a battle like this, but I don't know, it's not like it's not too bad. Alright, I will give them a heal. Ah, you fucking coward. I regret giving you a heal. Alright, we're gonna have to rely really heavily on the Illyrian archers, because I feel like our archers here are just not gonna hold. And we have to rely on hit and run tactics. Don't let her get killed. You stay behind. And we'll just get as many of our guys out of this position here as possible. Yeah, you shoot into this flank. Charge into him just to disrupt him. Oh, suck it, you fucking rat. Kind of wish I didn't cancel that building now. Well, we're not out of the war, but that's... All I can say is, I hope you don't have to go through it, but if you do have to go through that, do exactly what I did in this battle here, because holy crap did that work out really well. Illyrian Reaver Archers. MVP. She did very well as well, but damn.
Power.
Yeah, I think we need to replenish. Money would be good,
Entirely
but...
without value.
Oh, I don't know. There might be a chance I could win, though. Let me just check.
Dream.
I can.
Hoeth sends us. Boundless wisdom. Strike them down.
Maybe I can even auto-resolve it. Oh, yeah.
I'll
Goner. Good stuff. I'll
perhaps
take the
their
money this time.
master. True magic guides me.
Alright. Now what you say, little bitch. Yeah, there we go. Good
Gifted
shit.
advisor.
Alright, that's good.
Strategy beyond compare.
Now we can probably just auto-resolve
Summary
this.
execution. They will.
Oh, money. We're okay. I'll just occupy it. Like I said, I didn't want to revolt here. Okay, now we've got the chance to confederate Kalidor, which I would highly recommend doing because it's your only way back to Ulthuan. I would definitely recommend going with this because you really don't want to piss off the other High Elves. Now, going back to Kalidor, we've got 5 turns worth of bad public order. The Invocation of Asurion's only going to last us another few turns. But what we're going to want is a non-aggression pact with both
You have the nerve to stand before me.
Tyrion and with Tyrannok. Otherwise, you just end up losing this stuff. So, best way to go about that, we saved up a decent amount of influence. This is why we didn't want to fight the dragon. I wanted the influence just for this here. Pop it down a few times with Tyrion. That should do it. And then with Tyrannok. Anybody else that declares war on us, you shouldn't have to worry too much about. Alright. And we definitely... We gotta get rid of this. There's no way we can sustain it.
I serve the king.
Alright. And then what we'd want to do here is save up some more influence and confederate Avalorn first. But that's, you know, way later on. Probably don't need that. Don't need that. Probably best build walls here just in case shit hits the fan, which can happen. Hiring a noble here to go and like meet Avalorn, because Alarielle is actually very easy to confederate. She's pretty easygoing. Yeah.
Noble son of Ulthuan.
And once we've met her, I usually use... Oh no, whichever one's far enough away. Maybe I'll use Krace as a way to get influence, but that won't be on this guide. And then coming back here,
Greatest of the dragon princes.
we can now afford Menaithnir, so we'll do that. And then immediately... No, I can't do it. Kind of want to take it off. And then... What else do you need? Eshin Fields is really good. Yep, that'd be good. She gets her Arcane Conduit, and you... We're definitely going to need more influence, so... Sending him off in some times to go and secure influence would be okay.
Son of the field.
But the next stop would be Shadowstone Isle. How should we best go about that? I know. I'll need to recruit a lord here. Because I know, I've played these campaigns so many times. I know that force marching to here, it doesn't quite give us enough movement to actually attack it next turn. But if I recruit a lord at Dreadrock, he can move into that position to do that. Or he or she, whatever. Just some princess will do. Yeah.
Lady of the Phoenix Court, garrisoning.
That's fine. And we're still actually making profit. Public order here looks like it will revolt. If I exempt it, it still will revolt. Really wish I hadn't cancelled that now. The only way I can think to prevent this from occurring, or at the very least to crush it if it does happen is to recruit an army here and just get ready to defeat it. So we'll get another life with. You know what I should have done? I should have just left her and brought her in over this way. But it's fine. Money. Yeah, don't get that because that'll apply even if she's been disbanded.
High Elven Archmage.
And just be Skaven garbage.
High Elven Archmage.
Might as well tax it since
I bring
it is a situation that, you know, it's just gotta deal with it. As a general rule of thumb, when playing as High Elves, don't fight other High Elves. It's very easy to confederate them, with the exception of Tyrion. There's gotta be another revolt here. It's alright, the garrison's strong enough that it can handle it. And yeah, there will be a revolt here very soon. Yeah, the invocation of Asurion's gone now. And what we want to do here is force march. Says he can reach there, but I don't know. Damn it. It doesn't really matter that much, because this is the one that's actually going to make the attack. There's no army there. Right? Right.
Navigating.
So we're good.
Making waves. Charting a course.
Imrik will be able to land, but he might not be able to attack. This one will be able to make the attack, and then we just disband her. We just need to do this quickly. Public order over here is pretty bad. There might actually be a revolt, so it could be a good idea just to loot it and then come over here, deal with the revolt, and then leave it for a good long while. Well, there you have it. There's 20 turns survived. 20 end turns. And I think it's a pretty strong start. I mean, it's still a bit of... There's still other things you got to manage, for sure. There's going to be a revolt here, which, if we recruit another 3, we'll be able to handle it.
Princess of the Asur, in defense of Ulthuan, to battle for the Ever Queen.
Oh my god, I can't believe she couldn't make the attack. I thought she'd be able to. What a waste.
I'm waiting.
Bloody useless cretin.
The dragon shall wake.
I don't think Imrik will be able to.
Rage. The dragon
No.
strikes.
I guess it just takes another turn to get there. But finances are crap. Definitely can't afford to recruit another army there. Unless we cancel some of this stuff. Oh, not another army, some more troops. I'd say it is very important to recruit some more units here. So I would have to cancel some more of this. I just have to. We'll just have to wait until later to get it back. And that would allow us to afford... Because it'd be 8 units versus 8 units. It'll only be garbage Skaven stuff. Probably hold off on that.
Master of magic.
And then grab this. Guess we're going for 22 turns then.
I hear the Widowmaker.
So what I should have done then, in hindsight, just going back here, rather than gone by sea, which I've done before and it was fine, I should have actually force marched her to here. Then I would have actually been able to capture it this turn. That was a mistake there. So I could have sworn that that's worked before. I don't know why she failed. What a loser. Oh well. So there'll be a revolt here. We need to get these recruits in, because we'll be disbanding him next turn. You just don't want to be bankrupt. Although in this case here, even if you did go bankrupt, like, he'll replenish. It'd be okay. So yeah, just smash that down, loot and occupy. Just a quick summary. Basically, what you want to do: turn 1, capture Darkhold, make your way over here, having recruited loads of rangers. If Clan Eshin captures Haunted Forest, make sure they actually own it, because sometimes they blow it up. Keep an eye on where Snitch is. But yeah, capture the Haunted Forest, recruit a Life Wizard, take Flayed Rock, smash their armies up over there. After you've done that, lots of random stuff could happen, and you just have to play it by ear from there. Anyway, I hope that's helped you guys out, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Don't forget to give us a sub. Appreciate ya.